In the summer of 1587, more than 100 English men, women, and children vanished without a trace from a small island off the coast of present-day North Carolina. No bodies were ever found, no graves, no signs of violence, only a single word, CROATOAN, etched into wood. For over 4 centuries, this disappearance has remained one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history, a historical ghost story that continues to haunt the foundations of early America. Welcome to the story of the Lost Colony of Roanoke. In this film, we'll uncover the origins of the colony, examine the competing theories of their disappearance, and follow the modern archaeological hunt for answers. This isn't simply the story of a lost settlement. It is a puzzle with thousands of missing pieces and a reminder of how much history still hides in silence. The year is 1587. England is a rising power, but still an underdog in the global race for empire. Spain dominates the Americas, extracting gold and silver while spreading Catholic influence. To Queen Elizabeth I, Spain's dominance was both a threat and an opportunity. Her courtier, Sir Walter Raleigh, envisioned England establishing its own permanent colony, not only to expand trade and wealth, but to create a strategic base against Spanish power. This was not England's first attempt. In 1585, Raleigh sponsored a small military outpost on Roanoke Island, but starvation and conflict with local tribes forced its abandonment. 2 years later, Raleigh tried again. This time, the mission was different. Instead of only soldiers, the ships carried families, 117 people in all, led by Governor John White. His daughter, Eleanor Dare, was among them, pregnant with her first child. On August 18, 1587, Eleanor gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. For England, it was a powerful symbol, not just exploration, but settlement, a new beginning. Yet beneath this hope, the colony faced harsh realities: dwindling supplies, fragile alliances with local tribes, and the uncertainty of survival on the edge of an untamed continent. Barely a month after his granddaughter's birth, John White sailed back to England to secure more supplies. He promised a quick return, but across the Atlantic, disaster struck. England was at war with Spain. The Spanish Armada threatened invasion, and every available English ship was commandeered for defense. White's mission was delayed not for months, but for years. When White finally returned in 1590, 3 years later, he arrived to a haunting silence. The fort was dismantled, houses stood empty, overgrown by wilderness. No bodies, no graves, no signs of violence, only a single word, CROATOAN, etched into wood. To White, this was a hopeful sign. The colonists may have moved to CROATOAN Island, home to allies of the English. But before he could search, a violent storm forced his fleet to retreat. John White never laid eyes on his family or the colony again. So what became of the colonists? The most accepted theory is assimilation. The CROATOAN tribe had been friendly with the English. Later reports from Jamestown settlers described Native Americans with European features, gray eyes, lighter hair, or communities speaking fragments of English. Could the Roanoke settlers have survived by merging with local tribes? Another theory is darker. Hostile tribes, such as the CROATOAN, resented the English presence. Years later, Chief CROATOAN allegedly told Captain John Smith that he had destroyed the Roanoke colony, but historians remain cautious. CROATOAN may have exaggerated to intimidate the Jamestown settlers, or claimed responsibility for something he never did. And then, the Spanish. At the time, Spain actively patrolled the Atlantic coast, hunting English intrusions. A raid was possible, perhaps even likely, yet Spanish records show no evidence they ever discovered Roanoke. Still, the threat they posed looms large over the mystery. Other ideas range from starvation forcing them inland to disease, to separation into smaller groups scattered across the wilderness. The truth is elusive. Each theory holds fragments of possibility, but none offer certainty. The search for answers has never stopped. Archaeologists have uncovered tantalizing clues, European tools and artifacts far from the original site, suggesting the colonists may have split into groups and moved inland. Excavations continue at multiple sites across North Carolina, piecing together fragments of a story long buried beneath time. The Lost Colony of Roanoke remains one of history's most haunting mysteries. Were they absorbed into native tribes, killed in conflict, lost to the wilderness, or destroyed by forces beyond our knowledge? Until conclusive evidence is found, the colonists live on, not in the soil, but in legend. A reminder that history is not only about what we know, but about what we may never fully understand. What do you think happened to the colonists? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into history, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next video.